Matthew Hussey is all right, he's probably the biggest dating coach in the world, and he teaches exclusively to women. And every now and then I look at his stuff and I'm kind of like cringed out. I'm just like, this advice is kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like weird. I feel like it doesn't have people's best interest in mind. But I want to sit down, go through it. As a social and relationship coach who's been doing it for 15 plus years, I want to really go through it and watch and see, does he actually have good advice, or is he another charlatan? Is he another bullshit artist? Let's find out.
And although there was a ton of Q&A that evening and I answered lots of members' questions,
Blah, 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 blah.
vulnerability, humor, and authenticity. While the advice you give your... Except for the fact...
All right, there's already, I'm bored. Let's go to this one. 20 million views.
In this video, I'm going to show you 3 ways to compliment a guy to make him fall for you. And watch all the way to the end, because I have something very special waiting for you that you do not want to miss.
Okay, so already off the bat, what I don't like about his advice is it's very marketing language. I'm going to give you the 3 compliments you could give to make a guy fall in love with you. It's button pushing social skills, which is very bad because it's already dehumanizing a person. A person doesn't fall in love with somebody because of a compliment you give them. And you may be going, Anthony, oh, you're taking this too seriously. But I think words are really important. And Matthew literally said, say 3 compliments that will make somebody fall in love with you. Does this person not have their own faculties? Are they not the type of person that makes their own decisions? Must you seduce a person? Must you put somebody under their spell in order for them to actually like you? Or shouldn't you just teach social skills, Matthew, that enables 2 people to find out if they do have attraction and chemistry with each other? Do you not believe that your fans, your followers, are capable of finding those people without having to say these 3 magic compliments that make somebody falls in love with you? Anyway, I hate marketing language like that. It's very scammy. But let's keep going. It's only 11 seconds.
Way to compliment a guy is on his style. Now, many people, when they're walking up to someone, think about how to compliment their looks. You have a great smile, you have beautiful eyes, all of those kinds of things. Not only is this a very direct way to go and approach someone, one that most of us are scared to do, but it also is complimenting someone on something they didn't choose. None of us chose our looks, but we did choose our style. So when you go up to a guy...
I don't think that matters. Oh, we didn't choose our looks. I mean, I think Matthew chose those biceps, right?
You say, I love those jeans, or those shoes are so cool. Not only is it safer and less direct, it's actually more meaningful. The second way to compliment...
So, okay, that's a great way to start a conversation with somebody, to compliment something that they're wearing or something like that. Fine. But does that make the man melt and make him fall in love with you? No, it doesn't. It's just marketing scam language.
Is to talk about his hidden traits. Let's say a guy is good at the guitar. He's probably been complimented on that an awful lot. So when he goes and plays, everyone comes up to him and says, oh my God, you're so good, you're amazing at that. It loses its meaning after a while. So now when you compliment the guy on that thing, you're just like everybody else. But if you can compliment the trait that made him good at the guitar in the first place, he will be much more sentimental about that. So if it's just the discipline to keep playing every single day, even when it was hard to get to that point, that's something he's more likely to have meaning for than just being good at the guitar.
Okay, so what he's doing is he's just taking a superficial compliment and then just taking the superficial compliment one step deeper. Oh, you must have worked so hard on your guitar playing, and I really appreciate that. You know what's much better is to relate with the person emotionally on their passion for guitar, on their passion for performing. So asking them a question, So first of all, when you ask the question, you have the ability to actually find what they are proud of. Who knows? Maybe they don't give a shit about all of the work that they did. We don't know of them. So asking them, first of all, what do you like about guitar? What makes you passionate about music? Then when you hear that, hear the emotion behind it. Find an emotion on the inside that you have experienced before. So maybe it's not guitar, but maybe you like sewing. And there's the way that that person likes to play guitar or perform, you find in sewing. Maybe he says, oh, actually, honestly, I don't really like performing. It just pays the bills. But what I really like is just to relax with my guitar all by myself. It's very therapeutic. And then you could say, you know what? That's crazy. I have recently taken up sewing and crochet, and that is my therapy. You know, I don't even watch TV anymore or read. I just sit and I do a little crochet. That is going to connect with somebody. That's going to melt the man and make him fall for you so much faster than trying to find like a slightly deeper, superficial compliment. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I really just off the bat think that Matthew he just has a very marketing-y kind of advice that doesn't have the person's best interest in mind, but is made rather to get people like feeling excited about what he says. Ooh, man melting phrases.
Third way to compliment a guy that makes him fall for you, and I cannot overstate.
By the way, the skill that I just taught right now, I'm about to release a full conversation course in Skillshare next week where it's going to be for free. So if you already have Skillshare, you get my class for free. If you don't have Skillshare yet, my class is for free because you'll get a free trial for a month. I haven't released it yet, but what I just talked about right there, the practice of relating, which is a very basic social skill that everybody does, I'm going to be teaching that and a lot more in this conversation course that I'm releasing next week. Really excited about it. Worked really hard on it. Let's get back to the marketing genius.
Importance of this, play to his masculinity. Show him how much of a man you really think he is. If a guy feels like a guy around...
Okay, so this is just conservative dating advice talking about, you know, gender norms and masculinity and all that stuff. What if I don't really care about masculinity, right? There's a ton of men that don't care about how being manly or masculine, me being one of them. So what he's just doing is he's reinforcing gender norms, which I don't like.
He'll want to be around you more.
I mean, I guess he's teaching boomers. I guess boomers care about gender norms.
Now, there is one amazing line that you can use to do this. And if you like this line, you're going to love what I give you in a few seconds. You say to a man, I feel so safe whenever I'm around you. Just saying that to a guy makes him feel like Superman. But more specifically, it makes him feel like Superman with you. Not everyone makes him feel that way. So if he feels that powerful with you, he's going to be drawn to you. So if you like these, I have a special surprise for you.
That's okay, but again, I want it to be genuine, and I don't want it to be tapping into some like, oh, you're like inflating his ego and making him feel dominant and you're the submissive. Because once again, it's creating a dynamic that you may not care about. What if you're the type of person that doesn't care about like being protected by a man or your partner? Like, who gives a shit? How safe? What is he doing to make you safe? Are there bears that are attacking you every day and he kills the bears for you? What is the safety? Again, these are just like conservative, stereotypical, traditional gender norms and dating norms that honestly, it's 2022. Like, let's get rid of them. And these are the three man-melting phrases. I don't know. Maybe for some, but I just don't like these sweeping generalities to say that everybody should be like this.
5 more compliments that get any man to chase you. I don't care if you've known him for 5 minutes or 5 years. To get these compliments, go to saythistohim.com. There I literally have a free guide that has 5 compliments that will...
Again, the compliments. Here's compliments to say. You know, when I teach you guys conversation, very, very, very fucking rarely am I going to give you things to say. I think you're better than that. I think you're more qualified than that. I think you're more talented than that. I don't think you need words to say. You are your own person. Why would I throw words into your mouth? Social skills has nothing to do with saying specific things. All social skills are natural tools that humans naturally already use to connect with each other. All my conversation course is going to do is just lay them out so you could talk and be yourself. It's just a guide map. I don't want you to be saying things. Like, you are putting on a costume when you do that. You're going further away from yourself and you're being more superficial. You're killing a connection with somebody by having prepared things to say.
How long this video is going to be up, so watch it right now while you can. I'm sure this...
He doesn't know how long this video is going to be up. When was this video came out? It came out 2016. Again, marketing scam shit. Like, they say that in marketing videos, like, you know, like infomercials late at night. We don't know how long this very, very dangerous material is going to be on. They might take it. Listen, you're not me. YouTube's not taking down your videos like YouTube takes down my videos for watching sex education.
To offend a few men, but ladies, I do not care. I'm about to talk about the 4 annoying text messages that guys consistently send and what you as a woman should text back to those guys in those moments. Number 1, the validate me text. This is when a guy who's been putting in very little effort all of a sudden texts you and says, miss you. Now, many women think this is lovely and, oh my God, he was thinking of me after all. And then they show all of their friends, look, and they go, oh my God, see, he was thinking of you. I don't want you to validate him back by saying, miss you too. Or, hey, what have you been up to? Instead, I just want you to say this, oh, that's so sweet, thank you. And then a smiley face. Take the validation, enjoy it, be sweet and humble with it, but do not give him back what he's asking for in this miniature moment of investment. Annoying.
Okay, like, I on a basic level, I agree with this. I just don't like how he sets it up like this is like this challenge, this war between two people. It's like, ooh, when he does this because he hasn't been paying you attention, don't give him back something. Like, it's this weird war. It just makes no sense. Like, dating should be very simple. Spend time with people that are giving you positive energy, that you have this best friend dynamic with, where they're not playing games, right? And when somebody is not paying attention to you, not responding to you, just literally just move on. Don't talk to them anymore. It's very simple. There shouldn't be this like weird, like, oh, he did this, but it wasn't enough for me to validate him. So I need to take the validation and not give it back. This is what creates bad relationships. This is what creates people getting angry at each other and fighting, because there's this like, don't do this back. Okay.
Hey, I've been thinking about you. This is a guy who decided to go off the radar and then all of a sudden is going to come back and control the narrative because he feels like it in this moment. Instead, you're going to control the narrative. So here's what you send. Well, duh. It's certain, it's confident, and most importantly, it's cheeky.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. I feel like if I sent, hey, I've been thinking about you, and somebody said, well, duh, I'd be like, are you in like 5th grade? And again, like his demographic is like older. Like he's teaching people like 30s, 40s, 50s. Something comes, like it's a little immature to me. And listen, I'm all about joking around, being cheeky and everything. But again, like he's playing this little war. He's asking women to like play this war with men.
Teases him, and it puts you in the position of controlling his emotions a little bit instead of it just being the other way.
Why do you want to control somebody's emotions? Why are you teaching people to control their other people's emotions, especially somebody that you are supposed to be in love with, that you want to have like a relationship with? And who said that this person is controlling your emotions? What if this person genuinely was busy? What if this person had a family emergency and you guys just aren't at the place where he's ready to talk about it? No, he's controlling your emotions and you must control back.
Round. Annoying text number 3, the entertain me text. This is when a guy sends, "Hey." This is not a complex response from you. All you're going to do is give just as much investment, but with more passion to show that you're actually excited about life. So you're going to say, "Hey!" exclamation mark.
What the fuck? Did you just... Dude, honestly, masterful, maestro. Masterful. He says, "Hey." Don't just say "hey" back. Give a little exclamation mark at the end. Show him who's boss. Show him who loves life. What? Entertain me text. Somebody goes, "Hey." That's an entertain me text. Fucking shit, dude.
Let him take the lead. If he doesn't, do not text him again. Annoying text number...
That's the problem. Like Leanne says, he's all about mind games. And it's like, he is. But the problem is like Matthew comes off super sweet, super kind, super like... He has this like really squeaky clean vibe about him. But the advice is like very cheesy marketing scammy shit. It's not real. He doesn't care. Like already, hopefully you guys could see that he really doesn't care about getting people in a really good relationship. Rather, he cares about having women feel powerful and to win over men or something. I don't get it.
The flake text. You've arranged with a guy to meet up one night, and then at 11 o'clock that night, having not contacted you all evening, he sends a message that says, "Hey, what are you up to?" It's almost...
Whoa. If somebody did that, wait a second. Am I clear what this narrative is so far? Hold on.
And then at 11 o'clock that night, having not contacted you all evening...
Wait.
The flake text. You've arranged with a guy to meet up one night, and then at 11 o'clock that night, having not contacted you all evening...
Wait.
The flake text.
I'm not listening.
Arranged with a guy to meet up one night, and then at 11 o'clock that night, having not contacted you all evening, he sends a message that says, "Hey, what are you up to?"
Okay. Simple. Here's the answer. Here's the response. If somebody does that, if somebody plans something with you, totally doesn't contact you, late night says, "Hey, what are you up to?" Literally just block the person. Don't ever talk to them again. That's incredibly rude. And not somebody that you'd ever want to be friends with or be in a relationship with. Just literally move on. Let's see what Matthew says.
It's like you never arranged anything and he's just now checking in. Here's what you send. "In my PJs, about to sleep." He'll probably send a message being like, "Oh, I was hoping I would see you," because he's doing the late night booty call thing that guys do. What you then send is this. "I thought we were catching up at a more reasonable hour, but since I didn't hear from you, I assumed you had a flaky moment. Wink."
That's even too nice. There's no reason to be interacting with somebody who would do this. It's obvious that if somebody does this to you, they have zero interest in you whatsoever. They don't see you as somebody that they want to be in a relationship with, be friends with, or even, like whatever. Even that's not even something you would do if you just want to be like friends with benefits with somebody. Literally, if anybody did that to me, I would just block them and never talk to them again. I'm pretty simple when it comes to relationships. Good people really kind people that I know have my back, that care about me, and that are responding when I text them. They're really positive. They want to hang out with me. They go out of their way to spend time with me. I hang out with those people. I pursue those people. If they are any less than that, I literally just don't hang out with them. I don't talk to them. It's very, very simple. This is the real way to get with great people. This is the real way to get the guy or get the girl or get the non-binary person. It doesn't matter, okay? Be very, very simple. They treat you nicely, pursue them. They do anything less than that, just literally never talk to them again. It's very simple. Dating is not hard. I don't know why he's overcomplicating this.
Does a couple of amazing things. Firstly, you've said, next time, get in touch at a more reasonable hour. In other words, you've shown a standard. Secondly, you've called him a flaky guy in this moment. No guy wants to be labeled as...
Why is he even asking you to pursue this person? It makes no sense. I think he goes, okay, this is how, by the way, this is how Matthew Hussey makes a video. He comes up with the title first, and then he makes the video. So he goes, okay, men love these 4 texts from women. How to text guys. Okay, so first of all, he goes, okay, now I got to come up with response. Let me come up with texts that guys could send, and then let me make up a response that she could say back. Like, there's no values. There's no skills he's teaching here. He's just making marketing language.
Flaky. And lastly, you've added a wink to show that even when you're showing your standard, you can still be playful with it and not aggressive. You like these texts? I know you did, because...
Ugh. Stop telling people what to say. Start telling people how to think, how to live. Oh boy.
Hi guys, it's Matthew. So first of all, before I even start, I'm very, very excited about the content of this video today.
By the way, the title of this video, this gets him addicted to you forever. Why would I want to get somebody addicted to me forever? Why would I ever want that? Unless I have a hunger for power over another person. I don't want anyone addicted to me. Why? Because being addicted to somebody is an unhealthy emotional state to be in. And I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be friends with. I don't want to be hooking up with someone that is needy for me. Needy people are in unhealthy emotional states. They're not pleasant to be around whatsoever. And also, I don't want to have power over somebody. A relationship has nothing to do with having power over somebody. A relationship is 2 people that value each other and are giving to each other in whatever way that is.
Something brand new, and I feel like...
Fucking 10 million views, by the way. Mod on. Motherfucking shit.
This concept, which I've never said before, is something that I will be saying for the next decade, if not my whole life in my coaching. At the end of this video, there will be a special announcement. I told you that in last week's video. Watch right to the end of this video so that you do not miss it. Okay.
See, it's like his hair is so perfectly placed, every single hair, that I believe him.
Get down to it. One of the biggest issues that I believe women experience with men is how to communicate their standards. The first problem for a lot of women is that they don't know what their standards are. They've never really articulated to themselves what is okay and what is not okay for a guy to do around me. What am I looking for? What kind of treatment do I expect? And even when they know what those standards are, how do I actually communicate these standards to a guy in a way that doesn't make me seem like a nag? Too stubborn, high maintenance? Am I gonna come across as aggressive? Of course, people also have that fear of confrontation. I might not like what he just did, but I don't want to confront him because I don't want to create friction or awkwardness.
I'm kind of
Many people
unclear
won't
of
admit
what
this
this
out
video is
loud,
about.
but it's the reality. Communicating standards can be a very difficult thing. The sad part is that communicating your standards is one of the most attractive things you can do. If you know how to do that, you will get a guy attracted on a completely different level than other women can. So if you're avoiding communicating your standards, if your tendency is just to be passive, however he says it, guys each have their own special way of saying this. How do you deal with this question in a way that articulates your standard, but doesn't create unnecessary friction or make things awkward?
What is he talking about right now?
I've thought about two types of women that get this wrong. One type of woman who gets it wrong is the woman who is overly aggressive. She's the one who, when he says it, she says, "Are you kidding me? You think I would come back to your house after one date?" That's the woman that creates confrontation.
All right, so I guess what he's talking about is like if a guy asks somebody to come over his place after they have some drinks, which is completely fine, completely healthy, no problem there. But what he's saying is if you do have standards for how you go on a date, and that's not something that you're into, how to respond in a way to communicate, these are your standards, this is who you are, and to get him to comply. That makes sense. Let's keep going.
His ego and makes him feel like he doesn't want to take any chances with her again. Then there's the woman who's kind of a little too sweet. She's too passive. Now, she may go one of two directions. She might say to him, she might make excuses and say, "You know what? I have so much work to do in the morning. I have to get up early, so I can't, but hopefully I'll see you later this week." So he never really knows.
So that's a fine thing to say, but I get what he's getting at. You want to be clear in your standards. So let's keep going.
It was too fast-paced for her. All he knows is she made an excuse. Whether it was legitimate or not, he doesn't know. But he doesn't know what her standard is. The other type of sweet person or passive person goes home with him, even though it's not her pace to go home with someone that quickly. She does it because she doesn't want to create confrontation and she doesn't want to make things awkward, and she likes him, so she thinks, "I do like him and I do want to be close to him." So she goes back to his apartment. Maybe she has sex with him, maybe she doesn't, but she gets taken into a situation that she doesn't really want to be in. So neither of these work very effectively. One communicates standards.
I understand. Let's keep going.
To the point where in food is what makes you overeat, right? Because you eat something and it's got that exact right level, which always looking for the bliss point in communication. What is the optimal level of salty and sweet when you created tension in because she doesn't have standards, it seems, and he doesn't end up. You know what? There's a part of me that would love to, because you're super attractive, but it's not my style to move that quickly. I don't move that fast. But if you want to take me out later this week or next week, I'd love that.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, great.
I'm going to repeat that because I want you to watch what happens in each step. There's 3 steps to this. 1, you know what? There's a part of me that would love to go back with you because I think you're really attractive. 2.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing to say.
But that's just not my style. I don't move that quickly.
That's fine to say.
If you want to go out this week or next week, however, I'd love that.
Yeah, that's fine to say too. So this is a good video. The title's cheesy as fuck. This gets him addicted to you forever. Why? Why does this get him addicted to you forever? Dude, come on. Like, I guess you know how to get 10 million views on a video, but like, I could never sell my soul that way by making a title like that. However, I'm a big proponent of letting the person know on a first date what your intentions are. On the second date, whatever it is, before you guys hook up, right before you guys hook up, or maybe during the date, letting the person know what you're looking for in dating, what you're interested in. I think that's super important because, and this goes for all genders, when nothing is said, the expectation is that everything is good and it's moving towards a real relationship, like a committed relationship, when nothing is said. So let's say you guys go on a date, you have a great time, let's hang out again some other time, and then you guys go on a second date. All parties are assuming that this is going towards a relationship. So if you don't say otherwise, if you say, you know what, I want to take it slow, just want to make friends right now, maybe you could say, I just got out of a relationship, so I'm not ready to jump into something so soon. Whatever it is, it's important to express that at the beginning so that person knows where it's going. It's important. So you guys could share the path together. Now, it's very easy for that person to say, that's not where I'm at. And then you guys could part ways and everything's good. Why? Because you got one more wrong person out of the way, so the right person will present themselves. But if you don't do that and you are going along with a dynamic that doesn't match your intentions, then it's going to end badly for you and for that person. Okay? So this video seems good so far. We're not going to cancel Matthew on this video. I get it, dude. Oh, oops, sorry. I do this sometimes. Whoops.
Other one. Question to you is, firstly, did you find that example useful? Because if you did, I have many, many, many more that I have been working.
All right, stop talking to me like you're about to cry.
There's a particular paradox I face in my everyday life. When I go out, there are sometimes people that come and talk to me. I'm not suggesting these people are people who know me.
Next, title, Get Him to Chase You. Almost 5 million views. Once again, you don't want somebody chasing you. You don't want that dynamic. That means that's a needy person.
Recognize me, just everyday people.
You don't want to get somebody in a needy headspace. Everybody has the potential to get in a needy headspace. You do not want that in a relationship. It will ruin the relationship. Negative emotions in a relationship will ruin a relationship. Two people should just be coming together because they want to on their own, right?
Come over to say hello, especially if it's a woman. I always feel a particular sense of admiration because I am always talking about how you should go and talk to people. You should be afraid of making the first move. But there is always a moment where my initial admiration turns to fear. Now, what am I afraid of? I'll give you a situation that literally happened to me last night. I was standing in a bar with a couple of friends, and two women who had initially seen us at the bar then came to talk to us when we were standing in another part of the venue. We had this moment with them of eye contact at the bar, so it didn't feel unnatural when they came over to talk to us. But there was a moment about 3 or 4 minutes in where it became apparent that they had no plans to leave that conversation anytime soon. In other words, if the three of us were standing there like this in this U shape, they completed the circle and stood there facing inwards and didn't alter their body language at all the whole time. You know when it feels like someone's hijacked your conversation, you were sort of really in the middle of something big and then they came in. Now that's not a problem because of course every time you go and talk to someone socially, unless they're standing there in silence at that moment, you are going to be hijacking a conversation, and that's okay. The problem comes about when you show no willingness or predisposition to do your own thing at any point. And that was exactly what happened. So what first was this great, oh, there's new people coming to talk to us, turns into this thing of, are they ever going to leave? Or is this now it? Are we three in a relationship with these two people for the rest of the evening? Whenever we tell a story about ladies, and it involves myself, everyone always wants to know what happened afterwards. That's always the thing that happens in a live seminar. So what happened? I will tell you, at the end of this video, I'll tell you exactly what happened with these ladies at the end of this interaction. So stay tuned for that. But let's actually get to the lesson first. Ladies, I know this is daunting when a guy does this to you. When a guy comes over and you think, I am now stuck with this person. And of course, he's not alone. His two mates are standing there having a conversation between them, but they're not really having a conversation. They're looking over to see if he's doing a good job and they can go and join him. Oh, it's on. He needs me. Tag me in, Goose. You can't actually enjoy the interaction, even if you're attracted to him. I mean, that's the amazing thing. The worry, the fear that someone is not going to leave actually stops you being able to enjoy the interaction itself. Not to mention the fact that attraction is based on this kind of push-pull mechanism where you feel someone in your presence, but then maybe you feel them leave, or you at least feel them threatening to leave subconsciously. So there's always that feeling of wanting to keep them around. If they suddenly, from the get-go, even though you haven't really earned that level of attention...
Yo, what is this video about? Can anyone tell me what this video is about? I'm just gonna go to the next one. It just sounds like he's saying buzzwords and like saying inspirational stuff. It's just... Oh, I don't know. All right, let's just get to the next video.
Hi, I'm Matthew Hussey. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about how to tell if a guy likes you. So, here are 4 things to look for. 1 is proximity.
Okay. Here's how to tell if somebody likes you. They tell you they like you. Or they want to keep spending time with you. Or they ask to be in a relationship with you. Otherwise, you don't need to know if somebody likes you. You shouldn't be worrying about if somebody likes you. It's not the right headspace to think about or care about if somebody likes you. It's something that's going to drive you crazy. What's better is to focus on whether you like that person. Do I enjoy my time with this person? Do we have a fun time together? Do I feel the chemistry together? Great. I want to keep seeing this person. If you keep seeing them and you keep liking them, that's all you need. You don't need to be worrying about if they like you. Why? Because it's an insecure trait. To care, constantly be, does this person like me? Does this person like... Stop thinking about it. Don't focus on it at all. It contributes nothing to your growth in relationships, and it contributes 0, maybe even negative, to your self-confidence and self-esteem. Don't worry about this shit. Anyway, let's continue. How to tell if a guy likes you. Instantly proven to work.
Now, what you want to look out for is he finding reasons to kind of drift closer to you? If you're standing in a bar, do you find him kind of just coming closer and closer and closer? Every time you look back, he's a little closer. Men always do this with women they're attracted to. They just gravitate unconsciously. Secondly, when you're in conversation, does he offer up information that you didn't ask for? If he starts talking about his job or his car or his hobbies or where he went on holiday, if you didn't ask for that information...
All right, I get the video. So if he's going out of his way to give you attention, great. Who gives a shit? What really matters is, do you like the person? Are you having a good time? And are you guys seeing each other again? You don't need to know. All right, next video. How to get him hooked in the first 2 weeks.
The first 2 weeks of attraction are really, really important. Because if we don't make a great impression there, no one cares how great we're going to be in week 4 or month 6. So here are 4 things you can do to hook somebody in the first 2 weeks. Number 1. Have a real dates-only policy. It is quite common these days, as you know, for a guy to attempt the Netflix and chill date before he's earned it. So when a guy says to you, hey, do you want to come over later tonight? We can order in and snuggle. What I want you to send him is, as much as I like a snuggle, I prefer to get out into the world with someone first. Keeps it interesting. Number 2.
I mean, that's fine, but like, that is not... But why is that important to get somebody hooked in the first 2 weeks? Are you saying that if you guys don't have, that if you do have the Netflix and chill snuggle night, that you guys won't build that chemistry and attraction and get into a relationship. That's not how it's been for me. That's not how it's been for many people I know. Many, many people, including myself, go on a date, maybe go on another date. Maybe the next date is like a come on over, let's hang out, watch TV, hook up, and then it'll go into a relationship. That's natural. I don't like this idea, and this is something really important because I think this is talked about a ton in dating. I don't like this idea that says if you have sex with the person, that means that he's just going to be playing you and he doesn't actually want a relationship. So withhold sex. All that is doing is, again, like I said before, is it's continuing this gender norms narrative. And it's continuing it being women shouldn't have sex because they need to withhold their sex. They need to be Mother Marys, Virgin Marys. They need to make men wait in order to... You understand what I'm saying? That is an old, outdated bullshit thing. If you want to have sex with somebody, it is not going to stop them from wanting to be in a relationship with you. It's never stopped me. What will stop somebody from wanting to be in a relationship with you is if you guys don't have amazing chemistry, is if you guys don't share values, if you guys don't share a sense of humor, if you guys don't share interests, is if you are not a very positive person, is if you are needy. That's what makes somebody not interested in being in a relationship with you. Look, a little fly. Sex on the first date or on the second date or on the third date or on the fourth date, whenever you have it. And listen, you could choose whenever you want to have sex. You could choose to have sex after a month or 2 months. It doesn't matter. Whether it's the first date or the month number 2. That does not matter. What matters is how much you guys connect, how much you guys like each other, how much you guys fit in each other's lives. If just think about it. If somebody likes you and they had an amazing time with you, and then the sex was amazing, it was the best time they ever had, do you think that means they don't want to see you again? Do you think that means now, oh, the sex was amazing, so like this person doesn't fit into my relationship journey anymore? Does that make any sense? I don't like that he's teaching women to withhold sex. That's just an old, outdated thing, and it actually makes women powerless because you are conforming to these standards that were created by religion and government and men to keep women from being exactly who they want to be. And he's doing it by like putting on this narrative, this story that like, oh, this is going to make the man not like you. I hope everyone understands that.
Buy the popcorn. Look, I don't know if you think it's a guy's job to pay for the date or not, but even if you do, there is an awful mistake that so many people make that relates to what I talk about here. Let me tell you what means something to a guy. Trying. That means something to a guy. When he feels that you're not even trying to contribute, that's when he feels used. Because any guy who's really confident and self-respecting, if the woman never is even trying to contribute, he feels like he's being taken advantage of. And it has nothing to do with money.
So, okay,
It has to do with the lack of gesture.
this is a positive lesson. Because what he's doing is he's breaking down the conservative dating norms. But it shouldn't be buy the popcorn. It should just be don't expect the man, don't like put the man in the provider dynamic. Once again, the relationship should be really simple.
Gestures matter.
Relationships should be really simple. Okay? Two people that have an amazing connection. It feels as though you are interacting with your best friend. Live the relationship just as though you're hanging out with your best friend, except you guys are also attracted to each other and you express your attraction to each other. Aside from that, there should really be no difference. All of this like, oh, well, you know, he needs to be the provider because I'm the woman. Okay, I mean, if you like that, that's great. But that's not like some rule that needs to happen in order for a great relationship to happen. If you want the dynamic where you are being provided by, where he's paying for everything, he's doing everything for you, and you're just looking cute and nice, that's fine if you want to go that conservative way. But again, to me, that is hurting women's progress. And it doesn't contribute to good relationships. It's just a preference that you may have, right? I may have a preference where I go, oh, well, I want the person in a relationship to pay for things for me. It's just my preference. Whatever. It's just my preference. You could have that preference. So I like that he's doing that. And he's this marketing genius, so he kind of puts them in these like really like easy to understand things like buy the popcorn. If you guys go on a date, he buys the tickets, but you buy the popcorn, and it shows that you're trying. It's nice. I can't talk like that. I need to like talk in a very general way because I don't like marketing speak. But anyway, let's continue.
It doesn't matter if he bought the movie and dinner that night, you just getting the popcorn or whatever the equivalent is on the date you're on says to him, firstly, I don't take you for granted. And secondly, I'm sending you a subtle message that I am a team player. Number 3, get excited about the little things. Being cool isn't about indifference. It's not about showing up with a been there, done that attitude. I've done it all before. Nothing impresses me. Cool is passion. Cool is getting excited. And about the little stuff. It doesn't even have to be the big stuff. It could be the place that he took you to. It could be the meal that you're eating and there's something on the menu you're really excited about. It could just be a great cup of coffee.
I mean, this is really basic advice. It's just be a positive person. Have fun. But I mean, I'm glad he's teaching this, as basic as it is.
Whatever it is, getting excited about it sends a message to the person you're with.
But it's boring me, so let's go to the next video. More advice from Matthew Hussey. Win someone over in 5 seconds. Holy shit, man.
One of my New Year's resolutions was to make more effort in conversation. Being a great conversationalist is a sort of elusive concept. Many people want to be great in conversation, but it seems vague when we think about how to do it. I want to get specific with a few really granular techniques today, and I have 3 of them. Technique number 1 is the suspense opener. Now, one of the big mistakes many of us make in conversation is when we first meet someone and they tell us what they do, we rush into whatever we're going to say next. They say, I'm an accountant. You go, oh, okay, cool. So do you do it in this part of town? Blah, blah, blah. And we keep speaking. What we don't realize is that we haven't captivated them with our speech. If we want someone to listen and engage with us, we have to captivate them. Now, this technique, the suspense opener, allows you to do that. Here's what you do. Somebody tells you what they do. You then say, so let me ask you this, and then you pause. Another variation would be, okay, I have a question for you. The pause afterwards is a pregnant pause because they're waiting now for what's coming next. You're building suspense. There's no way they're zoning out.
This is cheesy. I hate this type of social skills. It's acting. Stop acting. If you feel the need to talk like that, as I talk like that, all right, here's my question. Right? I do that, but I don't want to teach you to. I want you to do your thing. Because your thing makes you beautiful, makes you unique, makes you charming. If you took on a certain tonality and rhythm and cadence, it's taking away from you. Because you probably do it better than what he's teaching naturally. What my goal is to get you to bring out that side of you by having interest in the person. So yeah, the person is an accountant. So, well, how could I have conversation? How could I ask a question where I'm interested enough, where I kind of come off more charismatic like he's teaching, naturally, without having to go, all right, here's my question. Pregnant pause. I'd rather teach you how to be more interested and how to ask better questions so you are automatically showing that passion in the conversation.
Point, because you've captivated them. The other benefit of this is that whilst you're pausing, you're also generating your own thoughts. You're allowing your questions to form. So this both captivates the other person and creates suspense, and it gives you time to think about what your question is going to be.
So here's my question. All right, what's my question? I hate fucking fake social skills so fucking much.
Technique number 2 is the teasing compliment. Now I'm going to break this down with an example because it's slightly nuanced, but I think you're going to love this. Jameson has a friend called Tim, who he is always speaking really highly of. This is the famous Tim, but I've never met him, right? So I'm about to meet Tim soon, right, Jameson? Like in 2 weeks, we're all going on a trip together. What could I say to Tim as our conversational starter? Well, I could say, hi, I'm Matt. Good to meet you, Tim. Heard a lot about you.
That sounds great.
I could amp that up a level by complimenting Tim and saying, hey, Tim, Jameson speaks so highly of you. That's very authentic. It's very lovely. It's better than what most people would do. Now,
well, that's what most people do is they say, I've heard a lot of great things about you. But mostly it's bullshit. Most people don't really mean it when they say it. Why... I just don't like this type of stuff. There's so many better ways to start a conversation with somebody and connect with them much more quickly.
I wanted to take it a level above that, maybe even get a bit playful with it at the same time. Tim, how much are you paying Jameson to say this many nice things about you when you're not even here? I'm taking...
Cheesy. Superficial.
That's actually, it's a nice thing about Tim. It's complimenting him, but at the same time teasing him right now. It's almost putting him on the back foot a little bit. I'm like owning this frame, but it's fun. It's a playful interaction. Technique number 3 in conversation, make somebody else the expert. Now look, we're all good at certain things, but whenever we're in a group dynamic, other people have skill sets and talents and experience that we don't. And it's always worth giving people credit for what they know that we don't, or what they might know that we don't.
This sounds great.
Let's say someone says they're a management consultant and you have no idea what that is. Be authentic about letting them be the expert and tell you. You don't have to make out like you know everything a management consultant does. They go, I'm a management consultant. You go, oh, okay, interesting. So how long have you been doing that for? As if you know. If you have no idea what that is, say it earnestly and honestly. Say to them, you know what? I have friends who are management consultants. I never quite know what they mean by that. You have to tell me, what is it a management consultant...
Good, Matthew. Good advice. That's exactly how to do it. Let's get to the next video. I hope I'm almost done here because I'm sick from all the marketing talk. Get your ex back.
What I'm about to give you is a little bold, but if you can do it, can literally be the best way to reach out to your ex again, no matter how long it's been since the two of you spoke. Before I even give you this technique, if you are someone who is just lonely and you want your ex back for the wrong reasons, not because he's right for you, but just because you want connection from somewhere, Turn this video off right now. This is not for you. If your ex didn't treat you right, if they didn't give you what you want, if they didn't invest in you in the right ways, and you're just hoping they'll change or that you'll accept a lower standard just to be with them again, turn this video off and go find my other videos about meeting other men, of which there are plenty. If you continue watching, I'm going to assume that you are adult enough to decide for yourself whether this is the right person for you and you want to give it another shot. So, you're still here. Let's talk about this technique. You pick up the phone.
Did he say the good reasons why you would want to get an ex back? Because for like 99.9% of the time, if you guys are broken up, it's probably for a reason.
Call him when you are somewhere that reminds you of a really good time of the two of you together. So here's how the phone call goes. You start with a time constraint. Hey, I'm so glad you picked up. I have to go in just a minute, but I'm with my friends and I'm in, let's say, for example, I'm in that park that we always used to go to. It just completely reminded me of you and brought a smile to my face, thinking of that day that we spent here. The beautiful
That comes off really needy. I would not advise doing that. But also, like, just trying to get back with your ex in the way that he teaches. I don't know, man. I feel like if this happened to me, somebody called me up and was like, "Oh, I remember this time we were together, and it reminds me of such good times." I'd be like, ooh, eek.
About this moment is that, I'm not going to lie to you, when a guy sees his ex calling on his phone, the first thing that runs through his head is fear. Fear of drama, of more potential hurt. You didn't do that. You called him with nothing but a positive message, that somewhere you are with your friends.
I think what he does is he makes up a piece of advice, like right before he makes the video, like he'll write down, okay, this is what to say. And then he goes, okay, well, let me think of why this is a good rule, a piece of advice. Okay, it's a good piece of advice because when a man gets a call from an ex, he's scared. So you need to be not scary. Good advice. I don't know. It's all superficial stuff. Ugh. But I mean, it's great for entertainment and marketing reasons. It sounds all so legitimate and powerful and strong and really good. And he has like such a beautiful, cardigan on, and that's why he's on reality shows and I'm not. Because I can't talk like this. I don't talk like this.
Reminded you of a wonderful time you had with him, and that put a smile on your face. The immediate association he has with you calling, that's pain, is lost, and a new association is created that you can call positive way, that there must be great things going on for him. In other words, you're sort of wishing him the best in a way, and assuming the best because you think so highly of him. Then you transition to the close. Anyway, I have to go. I really should go. I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope you're great and have an amazing day. There's something clever that happens when you say have a great day or have an amazing day. It tends to be more something we say to someone that we're more likely to see again tomorrow.
What? I literally think he just makes all this shit up on the spot. If you say have an amazing day, it means that you'll see them tomorrow. What? 1.5 million views.
Saying have a great week or a great month or have a nice life. We're saying have a great day, as in we'll probably speak again tomorrow. This is a chance for you to engage in a really positive moment with him and just have a nice experience. If
he's breaking down saying have a nice day. He's breaking it down for fucking 5 minutes straight. And this video is only 4 minutes.
The worst you've done is remind him of a positive moment between the two.
All right. Oh, God. Last one. The attraction formula.
A lot of people have been asking me lately about this concept that I've been really big on in the last year, and that's the idea of the attraction formula. every attraction follows a set formula for how it goes. In other words, there were always the same
By the way, I'm just so happy you guys are here. I'm just like, I quickly read the comments, the live chat, and you guys are just so amazing. And then I see Daniela, I see Shayla. These are my beta friends. And we're in our own little beta clique, okay? We're on the Discord together. We're talking. But I haven't seen Shayla in the Discord. So Shayla, I want to see you in the Discord. Go download it and go join us in between episodes.
In any lasting attraction. Now remember, these components are necessary for long-term attraction, for what we call deep and lasting attraction. You don't need them all for shallow and transient attraction that only lasts a night. But let me give you these 4. If you've got a pen and paper right now, I want you to write these down. I'm so big on this idea right now because it's the
A pen and paper? Just go in your notes app.
basis of everything in our love lives. The first thing we need is visual chemistry. Visual chemistry is that animal attraction that you feel when you're in front of someone. Now, this isn't just about looks. People think it is, like, oh, I don't have the right amount of visual chemistry because I'm not good looking enough. But I'm here to tell you that the smallest part of this is your looks, because it has far more to do with the way you walk, the way you move, the way you gesture, the way you stand. Those things have the biggest impact. And also, of course, your facial expression, how you emote. See, animation creates attraction. And if you understand
Animation creates attraction? The fuck does that mean? So like, hello. What does that fucking mean? See, I wish I could just say bullshit to you guys. Let me tell you why animation creates attraction. Okay? You ready for this? Back in the 1930s, 20s, there was this man named Walt Disney. In Disney, he was an animator. When he animated his first cartoon, Mickey Mouse, it was on a steamboat. He banged like 50 women that week because animation makes attraction. Now, this theory doesn't just happen on a 2-dimensional plane. If you are animated yourself, have you ever seen outside of used car dealerships? You ever see the incredible flailing arm men? That attracts you to buy the car. Do you understand? Do you see what I'm getting at? Walt Disney plowed 50 women on the first week of making Mickey Mouse, and then used car dealerships all over the world have the flailing arm men to attract you to buy a car. If you can apply this on a first date, maybe show him some karate moves, maybe even flail, like at the used car salesman place, you will plow that night, or you will get him hooked and addicted to you forever. If you just flail your arms in animation, it's attraction. He will want to marry you or plow you. This is Matthew Hussey signing off. Like, what the fuck? Dude. All right.
Animate in a really powerful way. That's the thing that's going to create the biggest amount of attraction. That's why you can see a picture of someone and not be attracted, and then you see them in the flesh and you're like, oh, I get it. They're really charismatic, charming, attractive. I find them hot. I didn't in the picture. That's visual chemistry.
He's literally doing what I just did. He's just making bullshit up.
And there is so much you can do to master visual chemistry that you actually have control of that has nothing to do with looks. The second part is perceived value. What value does someone see you having? Now, this is different from saying, well, we're all valuable inside, we're all worth something. That's different. I believe human beings are all worth a lot. That's why I do what I do. But there's a difference between having a great product and being able to sell that product. And many people are not good salesmen of their own product, them. We are the greatest asset we'll ever own. We're also the only asset we'll always own. So if you're the only asset you'll always have, You better learn how to sell you. And perceived value comes down to that. How do I show what I'm worth? How do I show that I have a great lifestyle to someone? How do I show them?
So his attraction formula is 1, to be animated. 2, to show off. To show off how great of a person you are. That's how to get somebody attracted. You're wrong. That's not how to get somebody attracted. Not at all. That may get somebody interested in you, in like following you. Like, again, this is stuff that is like for if you are a politician and you want to get elected into some position. Well, then you, of course, you want to show all of your valuable traits, all of the things that you're going to do for them. In terms of attraction to a person, showing off doesn't do that.
Have a lot to bring to the table, and how do I do that in a way that comes across natural in conversation? I don't want to boast about myself, but I need to be able to show someone how much I have to bring to them. The third component is perceived challenge. Now, people say,
I fucking hate this shit. I already know what he's gonna say.
isn't it enough that I have perceived value? Why do I have to play games and be challenging? You don't have to play games, but
you don't, because you're literally about to just say it. Here we go.
You have to understand that people value what they earn. If something comes too easily, no matter how valuable
No.
is, people do not respect it and they do not want it in the same way. Every guy has to see that there is a part of you that is challenging, even if it.
I fucking hate this shit. All he does is make a game out of dating and relationships. This makes things harder. This creates a wall between two people when you create a challenge. You don't want to do that. He's literally just the pickup artist for women. That's all he is. He's just teaching stupid pickup artist skills for women. And then every now and then he has like a nice piece of advice, like be positive. And then he's like, challenge.
Just in the beginning, showing little ways that he has to prove himself to you before you give him the next 5 minutes or the next day. Or
never do that. Never have somebody qualify themselves to you. That doesn't build attraction. It sets up for a bad relationship. If you get that guy chasing you, you get him in the headspace of being needy for you. All it does is it makes him needy, which is a negative emotional place to be in. When he's needy, then he gets mad when you don't follow his expectations. You will then fall into this negative emotional headspace because you've already taught him to lower himself to it. And then you guys are going to start fighting. You guys won't be in a good relationship. It just won't be a pure, clean, positive, happy, loving relationship where two people are supporting each other. Listen, don't be scared of just giving selflessly to a person. It's about knowing how to cut off from the wrong people. Just have a very strong filter. We talked about that earlier, but oh God, I'm just
date.
1.5 million views this video.
Doesn't have to be done in a game-playing fashion. Sometimes perceived challenge isn't setting up some hoop for someone to jump through. Sometimes it's just saying to someone, I can't see you as soon as you'd like to see me.
So what he's saying is, I am going to withhold being with you in order to get you to like me more. So how good is it that if you like somebody and they like you, and you guys just want to keep seeing each other and having a great time together and like building that chemistry and attraction and tension with each other over, like if you guys want to do it more frequently, that's amazing. Like me and my girlfriend, when we met, we probably hung out like 5 times in the first 2 weeks. It was just a marathon. And the more I saw her, the more excited I got about seeing her again. She wasn't withholding herself. I wasn't withholding myself in order to build this attraction. That's just building a wall and creating negative emotions in people. Matthew Hussey. But his hair is too nice and his voice is too British to get canceled.
You have to wait a little bit. You know, I don't have 4 hours to see you tonight, but I have half hour if you want to come and see me in my part of town. There are ways to be challenging that are completely natural and show someone that you're someone they have to earn. The fourth thing is connection. Now, you could have all of the...
I love how he like leaves the last one for the positive one. He's like, this is the boring one. All the other ones like make him work for you. Those are the good ones, but here's the boring one. Connect.
First three, and someone can think you're a great person and have attraction, animal attraction with you. They could think you're challenging, but if on a deeper level you don't have connection, that's not a relationship that's going to last. You have to understand how to get down to what really drives someone, what are their core motives in life, and what are they all about. And that all comes down to the questions that you ask them. What are the questions that get down to who someone really is? And one of the ways to do that is to actually ask someone about what their motives are in life. Rather than asking what they do, ask why they do it. And when you do that, you're going to get to the core of who they actually are. Now, look.
Good. See, he saves the best one for last. All of the bullshit, crappy, marketing, scammy shit he does at the beginning. And then he teaches one nice thing. All right. That's it for the Matthew Hussey. Let's bring in somebody on Zoom. We have Emmanuel. And so let's bring Emmanuel in. Emmanuel.
All right. That's it for the Matthew Hussey. Let's bring in somebody
Mute the stream.
Emmanuel. So.
Hi.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see
Okay.
you.
Okay, 1 second. Let me turn on my camera.
Okay. Ooh, you have like a nice DSLR too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Are you a YouTuber?
No, I'm not. I'm not a YouTuber.
Oh.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. What's going on?
Just watching the video.
All right, hold on 1 second.
So,
1 second. 1 second.
All right.
There. I fixed it. I had to fix it so you're visible.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Oh, by the way, what did you think of my analysis of Matthew Hussey today?
I think it was really good.
Really? Tell me
Yeah.
why.
Cause like you covered a lot of like good points. Cause I think most of the stuff you was saying wasn't like really like effective or like stuff that you could use like when you're dating and doing stuff like that.
It's just superficial trickery. And all dating coaches do this. It's so fucking frustrating. But, I mean, I guess they're a slave to the views because, I mean, the 3 things to say to get him addicted to you, like drugs. He will be an alcoholic for you. Like, ugh,
Yeah.
God. I can't bring myself to make titles like that. Anyway, sorry. I'm just kind of like venting to you because I just went through something very emotional for me.
Yeah, I know.
So how
Yeah,
are you?
but I'm good. I'm really good. But I just wanted to say, like, I'm a huge fan of yours. Like, I've been watching you, like, for the longest time.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate
I just love
that.
your videos.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you so much. You know, it's like that never gets old to hear because like I don't believe that. Not that I don't
Really?
not that I don't
No.
believe you, but like
Yeah.
I'm never going like, "Oh, tons of people like my video." I'm never thinking that.
Yeah.
Like I'm just thinking like, "Oh, people click and then they probably click away after 30 seconds and they don't really, you know, like I don't know
Yeah,
what people are doing." So it's
yeah.
really nice to hear that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I honestly love your videos.
Oh,
But
cool.
I just wanted to like ask you like a question, like just
Yeah.
kind of like your opinion, like an advice on something.
Yeah, sure.
So like for me, I would honestly like say like I'm more of like an introvert and I wanted to ask like what are some ways like you can do to just be like more confident in yourself?
Sure. Okay. Well, I'm going to need a little more than that. So you're an introvert, right?
Yeah.
And so when you mean confident in what context?
Like just kind of like being able to like put your character out there and like kind of like get out of your comfort zone, because I feel like when I'm like with like some of my close friends, I'm able to like really show my personality, but
Mm,
when I'm like in different environments, I'm more like closed off and I don't really
okay.
like say much. Yeah.
Cool. I totally get it. I'm going to probably
Okay.
ask you some more specifics, but the first thing that I want you to think about is um, um, small risks that you want to be taking. And you want to progressively grow your risks as you interact with people. So it's always, the risk always has to be something easy enough that you could say, oh yeah, I'll do that. But at the same time, hard enough for you to go, ooh, that does feel a little bit like out of my character, a little bit scary. And it needs to have that balance for the risk to work. Because if it's too big of a risk, then you're just not going to do it, and you're not going to ever interact with new people in a way that you want to. And then if it's too easy, then you're never going to come out of your comfort zone. So I want you to give yourself those little challenges, right?
Okay.
And it all depends on what parts of you that you think you're holding back are the things that you want to identify as the risks. So like, for instance, what are the things that you'd like to do with new people?
I feel like just being able to like just freely talk with like new people and just like express yourself without feeling like, oh, they're gonna judge me, or like they won't really kind of like value my time, or they'll just like kind of ignore me.
Okay, so when you're in an interaction with new people, is it that you're not speaking a lot, or it's that you're speaking but it's not truly you?
It's like I'm not speaking a lot. I just
Okay,
like keep to myself. Yeah.
got it. Okay, and give me an example that where you're in a group with people. What is it, at lunch, at cafeteria? What is it?
Okay, like an example would be like maybe like in the classroom, and like the teacher gives us like a free period. I might just be like kind of like just sitting by myself and
Mm,
like just doing work and stuff instead of like maybe socializing. I'll like just do extra work like
yeah.
when I'm not really supposed to. Yeah.
And in are other people talking to each other in that class while you're doing that?
Yeah, most of the time.
Okay, now in that type of class, is there any one friend that you have that you talk to?
Yeah, I do. I have a friend there.
And do you talk to that friend if there's that free period?
No, not really.
Okay. So first off, I would say start talking to that friend,
Okay.
because that would be the first risk. Would you see that as like a risk for you? Easy to do though?
I think it would be easy to do. It's just like sometimes like when I see her, like she's usually like on her phone and like kind of like just doing her own thing. So I like just feel like, oh, I shouldn't like bother her and I should just leave her alone.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
that happens a lot where we think, oh, well, we don't want to bother a person. Um, when it comes to socializing, you're not really bothering people unless like they're really doing something important. But if somebody's on their phone, the phone is like the lowest level of entertainment or pleasure that somebody does, just like scrolling Instagram or scrolling TikTok or something like that. It's the lowest form. It means like there's literally nothing else better that they see that they want to be doing. But for most people would much rather be having fun talking to a friend than scrolling on Instagram. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So that's weird. Do you know who Sneeko is?
No, I don't know who that is.
He's like this big YouTuber. He just asked me if I'm free tomorrow. That's so funny. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. So that was so weird. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Okay. You have to just assume that this person is going to have a good time with you. So I want you to actually like visualize in your head, like having a fun time with this person. But honestly, it's just about risks. So Your first challenge is going, okay, well, I have like this acquaintance, this friend that I have in this class. I may not talk to people I've never talked to before. That's too big of a risk. I'm opening my mouth in a big class, and what if they all look at me like I'm a dummy, right? That's probably what your thoughts are, right? But the small risk is, well, I've talked to this person before. They seem to like me. Well, let me take the risk of talking to them. So what I want you to first do is talk about yourself, express yourself with either how you're feeling right now in the moment. Like, oh, it could be anything to do with your day or what's going on in class. You could even just go like, I'm so bored. Like, I can't wait to go do this. I can't wait to go play soccer after school, or whatever it is. Or it could be something that you're excited about that you have been doing that you want to talk about. Like, oh, wow, I've been playing this new game. It's called whatever, and it's so awesome. It's so dope. Have you played it? Blah, blah, blah. Or it could be like, oh, this new anime that I love. I mean, it's so cool. Have you seen it? Blah, 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 blah. And so talking about something that you're excited about that you've already been doing. Is that simple enough?
Yeah, that's really simple.
So I don't want you to think about, okay, I have to have this whole conversation. How do I keep this person's attention? How do I say something funny? Don't worry about that. I just want you to start with a small risk. Because what happens with our brain is, even though you consciously may get that, like, oh, like, nobody's going to like yell at me or tell me I'm weird or whatever like that. But the back of our brain doesn't know that. Because the back of your head, it's always trying to protect you. You know, it's always trying to say, stay safe. Don't say something they're going to make fun of you. Yeah. And so what you need to do is, it's going to be too scared to just jump in front of the class and say, hey, everybody, whatever, you know, do something really big.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it'll negotiate a small risk. It'll say, okay, I think that'll be okay. And then after you take that risk, the back of your brain's going to go, oh, okay, like that was doable. Actually, I didn't realize that was doable. So now I'm at like level 1. So like, now let me try to jump to level 2. And so what's the next thing after that where you'd go, okay, well, I'm talking to this friend. Now what's the next thing? Like, what scares me enough, but also is something that I'm able to do? And then so on and so on. And when you take these risks in all social situations, so it could be class, it could be at the cafeteria, it could be, I don't know, when you're hanging with friends somewhere, you're always saying, oh, I'm going to take a risk. Like, maybe I want to like say something that I think is funny. Like, oh, is it just me, or like, does the teacher kind of look like Gary Busey or something like that? Does the teacher kind of...
Yeah, he does.
He does look like Gary Busey?
He does.
That's pretty dope that I knew that. But like, you know, just like making a joke, that's the next kind of risk you could take. And so I just want you to be always, as often as possible. And I practice this too. It's like, you want to constantly be taking these micro risks. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Good.
I think like from what you said, like kind of like start with like the small steps first, and then you can like try to do more, like the more you get like comfortable with it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, so your Zoom thing, it says Emmanuel Merritt's Sinnott, student of Madonna CS. I just gave you away right now, but what is all that? Oh my god,
yeah.
What is that?
No, it's just my school account.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Are you still doing Zoom classes?
No, it's like in person now. There's like a few students that chose virtual, but like it's mostly in person.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad. So you get to actually interact with people again.
Yeah.
Great. I'm so glad, because now you can actually practice those social skills.
I know, yeah. Like it's easier to do it when you're like not just at home.
And next week I release my Skillshare conversation course that you can take.
Okay. Is it like it's just going to be emailed, right?
I don't know. I'll be talking about it and giving the links to people. Yeah, and I'll probably email it to everybody too. But yeah, and you'll get a free trial, so you don't have to pay anything. It's awesome. Okay. That's why I'm doing it too, because Yeah, I want people to be able to get my stuff for free sometimes. You got any other questions?
Also like just like what would you think about someone that kind of like is always like overthinking about like the future and stuff?
Well, in a positive way or in a negative way? Because
I would say like in a negative way, like
okay,
yeah.
because thinking about the future is great, and like for some people, that's part of their personality to always be like fantasizing about what's coming next, and that could be a really good thing. That's like a powerful trait to have. But yeah, if you are thinking about things in a negative way, we're like, oh no, this is gonna happen. Oh no, this could happen. Literally, it's as simple as just saying this could happen. And then I teach this in the conversation course, actually. It's funny. Then say that's good because, or say that's okay because, and say it in your head. And you don't even have to finish the sentence because your brain is automatically going to try to find the answer. Because our brains can't just stop a sentence midway. Like you can't go, oh, well, tomorrow I have a really hard test. That's good because, and then just stopping there. So when you say, oh, that's actually good because, you're automatically going to try to pull up some really good answer that works. And so this is just positivity training. So positive people, this is how they live their lives. They always take things and they always spin it for the positive.
Yeah.
What else? What other type of negative like thoughts do you have?
It's just like mostly about like kind of like career wise and like what I want to do like with my life and stuff like that.
Got it. And do you feel like are you anxious about that?
Yeah, because I'm like always thinking like if I'm like choosing like the right path and if it's gonna be something that I'll actually like succeed in doing.
Well, okay, you just have to understand that that's literally supposed to happen to you. Like you're literally supposed to not be sure about your path, and you're literally supposed to go try out that path and see if it works, and it might not work, and that's okay. So like the funny thing about like a lot of insecurities that we have as people is that, okay, so like when I get a new client to coach, one of the first things that they always say to me is, okay, Anthony, I'm not sure you've dealt with this problem before. And it's always a problem I've dealt with before. And what I'm basically trying to say is like everybody shares the same fears and anxieties, even if you think they don't, because they're not talking about it to you. They're talking about it to themselves at night in bed, alone, scared. And so I want you to realize like that's super duper normal. And you're allowed to go, oh, here's another piece of advice about it. If you ever are anxious or feeling scared about it, I want you to take that and use that to become more purposeful in building that path better. So instead of saying, I don't know if this is going to be right, what you should do is say, okay, well, how could I figure that out? Let me talk to somebody that is an expert in this field. Let me see if they think that I would be qualified. Let me ask them the questions that would put me at ease and calm me down. Let me find that person. Or let me research more on it. Let me try it out even more than I have before to see if I actually like it. So get purposeful about things. Usually when we have an anxiety, it usually is a sign that we're not being purposeful. We're not being ambitious enough about it. Because usually when we're anxious, it's just because we don't know yet. And so find out ways to know, right? But at the same time, I want you to have that balance where you say, you know what? Even if I never find out, it's okay, because when I get there, I'll get there. And this is part of growing up. This is part of the, this is part of the whole becoming an adult process. Finding what journey I want to take, finding what job I want to have. And you are allowed to switch jobs. You're allowed to switch majors. You're allowed to major in something and then get a job that had nothing to do with the major. It's all okay. You're so young and you have so much time to figure stuff out. Like, I jumped around so many things until I found this job, you know? Like, I went to school for music and singing and sound recording. And I don't do that whatsoever, except for, like, I don't know, having a podcast. You know, like, I had no idea I was going to be doing this. I had no plans to do this. So how's that so far?
Yeah, I think like they're really like some good tips to use. Cause like most of the time, like you feel like you have to have everything figured out and like kind of like a plan and just like a set like a set path that you have to follow. But I guess it's like normal to kind of like, I don't know, not have everything figured out.
It's so normal. And I don't want you to say like, oh, stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about it. It's okay if you think about it, but I want you to go, this is what's supposed to be happening. I'm supposed to be worrying a little bit about my future. Like, everybody's doing that. And this is natural. This is the human experience. And so, like, enjoy that. It's like, wow, I'm going through life. Like, I'm about to, are you in college?
No, but like
high school.
In a few months, yeah.
Oh my. Do people call you Manny?
No.
Do they have a nickname for you?
No, they just say Senate.
Senate.
Yeah.
Senate. You have so much time. Like, you know, like you could literally switch majors if you want. It's not a big deal. You know, like I would literally, first of all, Google things, watch stuff on YouTube based on your interests, but also like I would literally like look for people that are also majoring in that and ask them, like, you know, why are you doing this? Oh, aren't you scared that this is going to happen? Aren't you scared this is too difficult? Talk to guidance counselors, try to contact, you know, like maybe there's a professor at school and you could like email that professor and say, hey, I'm thinking of majoring in this. I'm not sure if this is the right path, but here are some questions. Maybe you could help me.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Cool.
Like,
Senate, you're pretty cool.
Thank you.
I like that you're interested in that. When I was your age, I didn't care about anything except for being in a band.
Yeah, like it's just really interesting to me, and I feel like it's also like just a way to be prepared because like you're also curious about it and all that.
Yeah. Dope. Nice. Well, I hope you come on. I hope you come and ask me more questions again sometime.
Yeah, thank you. It was really nice talking to you.
Thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you too. Alrighty, have a good night.
You too.
Man, she was really sweet. That was really nice. Cool. So I know that Bijan is in the waiting room, but I got to end the stream, guys. Bijan, just come on next week. Come on Tuesday. I know you're a fan favorite. Everybody loves you, man. I love you. Come on next week. I got to end the stream. But guys, I'm releasing my conversation course next week. Also, if you have not taken my textual healing course, well, if you're a member of the Betas community, you'll get a discount. And also you get a discount if you take the free textual healing like snippet course where it shows just a little bit of the textual healing course. If you just go to, and I'm going to put the link right now. Okay, so if you click this link, which didn't work, so I'm going to actually make it again because I'm an idiot. There he goes. So if you click that link and you have not taken my free course yet, it's in the live chat. There's the link. You get a free course on online dating. And I promise you it will have no marketing scammy bullshit like Matthew Hussey teaches. It's pretty practical stuff. And then if you like that free class, you have the option to get a big discount on the textual healing full course, which is like several hours long, like tons of stuff in there. Yeah. Everybody that is here, like, thank you so much, because as you might see, there's 31 people in the room right now. Not a ton of people, but I appreciate you guys for being here because you make this show. If there were not you, there would be no one, and I would just be talking to a camera, you know? So I'm so happy that you guys are here with me, and being here live is so important. Like I get to read the live chat. I get to, chat with you on Zoom and answer questions. It's so much more fun. Now, if you want to become a member and support the channel, click join below. Actually, I'm going to post a link to that right now too, because I just got monetized. You're able to super chat and super sticker. So let me do it right now. And actually, let me see if I could get Sneeko on right now. Hold on one second. Sneeko just DM'd me, so I'm just going to FaceTime him right now. I don't think it's going to notify him until later because I don't think he's following me. Yo! What up, dude? What'd you say? Yeah, you're not even following me. I don't know how. Wait, let me ask you something. I'm streaming right now, by the way.
No, I am following you.
Are you really?
Yeah, don't talk shit to your stream.
Yo, wait, why are you DMing me?
Yeah, why are you on my dick?
No, I'm curious, dude.
I'm making a video about I was looking up dating coaches, and then I emailed a couple females, and then I found your shit, and then I was watching the thing you did at Washington Square Park, like training some nerd, and then I'm like, oh shit, I recognize that guy's face. That's the guy.
Yeah, you reacted to me before, to my reaction of you. Nice, man. Yeah. Let's do something together. Are you filming tomorrow?
You live in New York?
Oh no, I'm in LA. Oh, I was in New York. Yeah, sorry, that sucks. All right, well, if I'm ever on the East Coast, maybe we'll do something, bud.
Maybe we could do some Zoom shit. I mean, do you do that shit?
Yeah.
That was deceiving to see you watch Square Park, and it seemed like you had good tips. And even when you analyzed the other video, I'm like, all right, this guy knows what he's talking about. I've been trying to talk to an expert for a minute.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Wait, are you still with that girl?
And I'm making a video about breakups, and so.
Why did you guys break up?
I mean, there's always a million reasons why, right?
Yeah. She dumped you, is that it?
No, I don't.
Really? Oh, wow.
I've never had to dump a girl before. I'm usually the dumpee.
Yeah.
It's tough. Like, I tried like 3-4 times to dump, and I just couldn't do it. I kept feeling bad about it.
All right, we got to talk about this. All right.
What are you streaming about? Are you hanging up on me? Why? I'm gonna say hi to the streamer.
Oh, you want to? All right.
Go on, stream. Yo, what is he talking right now? Chat, give me a W or L on his dating advice.
I just made a video reacting to Matthew Hussey. Do you know Matthew Hussey?
Matthew Hussey? Nah.
Yeah, he's like a dating coach for women. What'd you say?
I'm gonna let you do your thing. Go back to your stream. I don't know Matthew Hussey.
All right, yo, let's connect. Wait, yo, my name was on the fucking whiteboard. He just ended the call, but my name was on the whiteboard right behind. That was funny. All right, that's it. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Michelle says, I just want to say I really love all your content. Thank you so much. Friday 13th says, should we keep asking assumptive questions all the time, or are they more of... No, for assumptive questions are just great social skills. Ask assumptive questions all the time. Shayla just gave $2 for super chat. She said, join the betas. Please, people, join the betas. Literally, there's 5 people so far. Let's get it to let's try to get 50 people to be beta friends by the end of March. That would be a really good goal. It's $5 a month. You get to support the channel, and you get discounts on merch, on events, on courses. You get to do little Anthony emojis. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. That was a fun little ending to have Sneeko on stream.